It's another edition of Sandusky Speedway Facebook Live.
Hello to all the fans there at Sandusky Speedway. This is President Trump.
It's the weekly recap of all of last week's action and all the news that you, the fans, need to know. And now for your hosts, here are Doug Dock and the Colonel, Chris Mize.
And that Chris Mize, he's such a good statesman. Just a great, great man of the people.
Take it away, guys.
Yay.
Oh, boy.
What a statesman.
Well, actually, this is our last Facebook Live about an upcoming event for 2020.
Right. Take two.
Take two. But First off, like we always do, we want to thank our veterans. I mean, everything you guys have done, deeply appreciated, more than you guys know. Without you guys, I say it every week, we come on here. We wouldn't be able to sit and do these things and go to races and have a free country for you guys. Also, for our military serving overseas and in the homeland, we thank you guys every week. You're protecting us. We appreciate it. All our first responders, police, fire, EMS, nurses, doctors, all you guys, we thank you for everything. Sudden a spike back up. Maybe again. So we can't thank you. And everybody else through this whole thing. Thank you.
Your audio cuts out a little bit.
Imagine that. It can never be right, can
it? We'll figure it out by the end of the year.
By the end of the year.
Yeah, but let me say this before we get started. Facebook changed their platform, so now you can see that we're going to do a live, but you can't do anything until we actually go live and then click on it. So it is what it is.
Well, that's right. I was getting some texts wondering if we're going live tonight.
Oh, we are. Yep, and here we are.
Here we are. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Once again.
Yes.
I'm a little more awake this week.
Oh yeah, last week was pretty bad.
It was a brutal couple weeks there for me. So, but it is what it is. Got to pay the bills, right?
You gotta pay the bills. That's a fact. We'll always be in the dark.
So, like we said, we got Saturday night in. It was rough, wasn't it, Doug? I won't even go through that again, but
wow.
We got done. I don't know, 10 after 11. We'll come back the next day, and we took a vote, driver's vote. Majority wanted to call it right then and there. So we called it, sent everybody home. What was it, Doug? 1 o'clock, 1:30. It started to rain.
Yeah.
And it rained, and it rained, and it rained. So, we got lucky. We made the right call. We put it to this Sunday. There's an event going on Saturday that we didn't want to step on, and this is the only day we could run. So here's what we're running. In this order, too, Doug. In this order.
Oh, boy. We got the order already.
Yeah, this is unusual. Normally about 5-10 minutes for hot laps. What's the order? I don't know yet.
I do have it written down, so I'm going to see if you stick to it.
CRS trucks, modifieds, street stocks, peer stocks, renegades, and beginner stocks.
Wow. You have an agenda.
I don't know about that. I got lucky. Even the sun shines on the dogs behind some days, Doug. Today it's shining.
Right.
So, we're going to open the gates at 10 o'clock Sunday. Pit gates. 12 o'clock, we will hot lap. Main gates will open, and 2 o'clock we'll start racing. Now, Let me get into something that was a cluster a couple weeks ago. You guys didn't listen last week. Registers, you can register. Register your car numbers so we don't have a cluster. I can't stress how important it is. You're coming and racing, register. Register, go in. You got a transponder punch number in. I need that done this week. So far, two. So, and our Renegade guys are one of the best ones. And how many Renegades is
0.
A goose egg. You have to register again. That's what we told you last week. Get on it. So, all you guys that have asked me that question in the last week that didn't watch Facebook Live, and I told you, yes, you have to re-register. You haven't. Who gets the prize, Doug? Who's the two that registered?
Brandon Huff from the truck series.
CRS Trucks, and I believe Greg Miller or Zach Miller, yes. CRS Trucks.
Yep.
There you go.
They get the prize, whatever that might be.
That a boy.
There you go. There's your prize. Thanks for registering.
I had a beer for you this Saturday night.
Let's see before we start getting pounded here. Let's see. Sunday. Yes, we're still at 2 and only 2.
For you guys that don't notice, there'll be a change in our ambulance service. Stark County, it just got to be they were coming out of Canton. They were short on staff, short on vehicles. It got to be, 2-hour trip, Doug, one way back. You know all about that. Another hour. So, we talked and we brought North Central. We want to thank North Central Ambulance Services over Milan Way for coming back on board with us. They'll be here this Sunday. So I just want to put a shout out. Thanks. We talked to them the other day, Doug. Everything's good.
The other day would have been yesterday.
Was it yesterday? See, that's how time flies. I was going to say, man, it was yesterday, wasn't it?
Right.
No, I'm not on drugs. It may appear that I was the last 2 shows, but I'm not really. Maybe I should be, Doug.
Wow.
Anyways,
the
weather is supposed to be nice. I mean, it's supposed to be 62, 64. We'll get done before it starts getting cold. So I hope. I'll depend on you.
Definitely make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely make.
All depends on how they behave. What do we got going on? Something?
No, I just put the link in for registration.
Guys, you got to register. I mean, please.
Believe me, we would have had a video tape up there.
Yeah, it's. So we're gonna make a move. If you don't, we're gonna make a move, and we'll see fit to do what we want. And I'm sure some of you ain't gonna like it, but it is what it is. Yeah, you're gonna become a number, and that's it. The other thing is, Doug, Saturday, if you guys are bored, nothing to do, run a go-kart. I believe they moved the season championship to this Saturday, isn't it? Correct?
Let me double check that.
I could be wrong.
You could be. Let me see schedule. Okay, they just ran the 11th. They don't run until the 24th and 25th, which is championship night. It's Cavalcade championship night.
They're running this Saturday too.
Okay.
The 17th. It got moved to a day show, same time as what the day shows are.
Okay, and there's no November 7th show. So
No.
I'll get that all straightened out on their website because.
Yeah, but this Saturday, I believe racing starts at 2. Gates open at 10, practice at 12, racing at 2. It got moved. It was going to be a night show. They all talked about it, so it's going the same time as what we're going on Sunday. Doug.
Yes.
It's been an interesting year. We've talked about it several times, but hopefully this Sunday, we get the show in and it closes out.
We get to close out 2020.
Yeah, in the 70th year of Sandusky Speedway.
We'll celebrate 71.
Here 6 months ago, we didn't even know if we were going to be able to do the 70th year. And we'll get into that here a little bit when we got a guest on tonight. Supposed to come on here in about a half hour, 20 minutes. So I got to ramble on for that amount of time.
Oh, you can ramble, but I do have some stuff that you can talk about.
Okay. I know.
Okay, go ahead. Talk about it.
Well, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt like I always do that.
I'm just curious about these couple divisions that are coming out. First of all, is it true that all our beginner stocks are moving up?
I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay. So there's room.
Talk of it. There's talk of it. I don't know. I haven't concentrated on finding out for sure until after the cavalcade. I would imagine they are. I'm not sure though. They're ready. I know they're ready.
Okay.
It's going to be a different ball game for them. I can tell you. They're ready though. I got confidence in all three. And we got coming up for 21. We haven't talked a lot about it, but we're going to start pushing it here through the next month. The Rampage stock. See, I remember the name.
Yeah, I got to write that down.
Yeah, the Rampage stock, which is full to mid-size front-wheel drive car, your Grand Prix, Taurus, different cars like that. I really think that division is going to take off, Doug. There's a lot of them cars out there. It's pretty much stock, bone stock. You're allowed to camber the front right 5 degrees in it. That's it. But, Wallencheck had one built. We had a picture of it one time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll be able to find that picture again, but
probably.
Honestly, it'd be cheaper to run one of these, mid-sized cars than to jump into the Renegades. To tell you the truth, them guys, they're flying. And what about Dylan here on a 20.88?
Yes.
That's flying. And if I'm a Pierce stock,
Right.
But you got to remember, we put them on the Falcon Tire 615 was discontinued, so we went on to, there you guys go.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it right there. There's a picture of what your mid-size deal will be looking like. So if you have any questions about the Rampage stocks, get a hold of the Renegade board, message them on Facebook, and we'll get somebody to answer your question. The rules are set. I believe they're up on our website now too.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, so you go to SanduskySpeedway.com, look up Rampage stock, and check out the rules. It's a pretty basic set of rules. Safety is always going to be very stringent on a gauge and everything there, but the rest of the rules, it's pretty stock. It's self-explanatory. If you have any questions about it, get a hold of me or get a hold of go to the Renegade Stock Series Facebook page, message that, and we'll get your questions answered. The other division that we're going to do this over that a little bit.
Hold on, your audio is going wobbly.
Am I wobbly?
Okay, now you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, is the Warrior stock. It's basically your Crown Vics, your Vic Caprices, your big cars. Same thing. Gut it, gauge it, go. And them rules are up on the page. I'll start to push that hard. Rick Young, I believe, he's got a division on Vic class, or some of them call it the
The what?
police class. Because a lot of these cars are used for police cars. I don't want to get unpolitically correct here, so I'll say Crown Vic class.
Okay. So when we set out the Warriors this season, we were talking about doing every other weekend. Is that going to be the same next year?
I don't know. I have to discuss that with Kevin. It's the same with the mid-size series. We haven't even talked about that yet. What schedule be for 21? There's been some brief discussions, but we haven't sat down and discussed any of that yet. I look for, after this week, within the next couple of weeks, there'll be discussions that we have had. So I don't know if Kevin's watching. Pretty sure he'll agree.
I doubt it.
Doubt it, so we can talk about them.
Yeah, we can. We're free to say whatever.
Last week we had to behave. He was on.
Right.
But these two divisions, people. I mean, let's face it. To get into racing, you're going to spend some money. Period. I mean, for anybody to say, well, it doesn't cost much, you're looking over $1,000. Either one of these divisions, by the time you put the cage in, everything else, and get everything set for the safety part of it. But $1,000 in today's world of having a race car, Doug, that's pretty damn cheap, I'd say.
Right.
Compared to what some of these guys got in their cars, holy crap, I hate to even see some of the car. You'll never get the truth out of them. How much you got in that car? $50,000. What? Way up? You want to buy it? I'll sell it to you today for $5,000. Hell of a deal.
Right.
But we're going to really start pushing this class, especially the mid-size compact class. I think that's a class that has a lot of potential to go. Our rules will be out. Beaver's been on me. We got some experiment testing I got to do yet that I'm not letting anybody know what I'm doing until we're done with it on the pure stocks. Them rules will be out in the next couple of weeks after the cavalcade. There's really no surprises. The 2020 rules will go in place. And I got a few things that I'm going to adjust up on just a couple minor things. So.
Okay. Jesse Carrillo has $500, so I wonder what he wants to do with it.
Give it to Rebecca so she can get a Renegade.
Yes, she wants a lop per and roll cage.
Yeah, give it to Rebecca so she can get a Renegade. Help a girl out there, Jesse.
There you go.
By the way, congratulations, Jesse. I seen on your Facebook page. You're going to be a daddy again. So I congratulate you on that.
Awesome.
I got a 3-year-old and 2-year-old grandbabies running around my house right now.
Screaming.
Yeah, I had before we come on, I had to Doug, hold on, set my phone down. I had to go in and quiet the one down. Not the way you people think. I didn't go, shut up. What's wrong with you? No, I went, oh, honey, you okay?
Yeah.
But congratulations, Jesse. I seen you seen your pictures up on Facebook there. It just come to when I seen you. But, moving on, Doug, I don't think, just giving you a look into 21, a couple different things here. Modified schedule is going to be probably about the same as what it was this year. 5 to 7 races in that range. That seemed to work out pretty good for us. A lot of these guys, a lot of them want to run every week. A lot of them don't. They want to run 5-7 times a year. So, we're looking at running. I do know we're looking at running 3 times a month with the weekend off. That's what we're looking at this year, but we had more than that off at the beginning.
Yeah. The racing's changed, and we're trying to change. No, racing hasn't changed. Society's changed, and we're just trying to keep up with that. So that's why we do make some of the changes that we make.
Racing's racing.
Racing hasn't changed.
The cost of racing has changed immensely, and we understand that. I mean, I know you guys don't think we do, but tire cost, fuel cost. You there, Doug?
Yes, I am.
All right, I'm all froze up. But tire cost, fuel cost, all them costs that go into it, we understand that. We're trying to adjust to where the tracks can survive, our track can survive, and the best affordable way that we can do that for the racers too.
That is a fact.
All right, man, we're all froze up on my page.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm just sitting there looking off in space, and you're staring at me.
Well, you're moving on this side, so just keep moving around and having fun.
I'm gonna get out of it before our guest comes on and come back on, so I can see at least. But anyways, so the Renegade Series. I can't. Y'all know how I feel about that. It's my little baby, or whatever you want to call it, little pet project. Great group of guys. I mean, that's a great group of guys. I mean, all of them are a great group of guys. Just that the Renegade Series has come further than what I thought it would, though. And they'll be back. So one thing is for certain that we do know. COVID-19 is going in for 2021 season. And, everybody can say, well, November 3rd, it isn't going to happen. It doesn't matter who gets elected. Coronavirus is going to still be here. Look for the same guidelines and the same steps that we're following at the end of this season to start out next year. Hopefully it calms down a little. It restricted more than, like the beginning of this season. And, whether the numbers are played, not played with, not played with, you believe them. I second guess a lot. My argument is more people that this numbers are back. Like, it's not going anywhere. So we're also looking. We have people for the one season.
Your audio is really terrible.
I'll be back.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk about getting registered here. Here's a registration link here for you guys. And AJ, you better get your car registered. But guys, we are trying to work to change the way we do things on this side so that you have a better season. Here comes Mr. Mize. Try again.
I don't know what the hell. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's nice and better now.
Anyways.
Don't move.
Wouldn't that be something if it froze right there?
Right.
You know, this virus isn't going anywhere, Doug.
Right.
You know, like I say, I don't agree with all the numbers. CDC puts a thing out, you know, that majority of the people testing positive right now are mask wearers. And you got arguments all across the board. It don't matter. You believe in a mask, don't believe in a mask. Believe it's a hoax, don't believe it's here.
Right.
The virus is real. It's here. Doesn't matter if it's no worse than the flu or pneumonia or it isn't. It's here and it's going to roll into 21. Anybody that thinks November 3rd it ends, by the beginning of next season we'll be okay back to normal, they bump their heads. Normal that you do. I'm not saying new normal. I don't believe it.
You are correct.
Adjusted normal. How's that? You know, so everybody knows our plans moving forward are going to be based on what we're doing now and how we're doing it.
Right.
We had, and I know Kevin won't get upset for this, we had in our mind a very, very successful season. There's no two ways about it, though. We had a successful season. And that was because of all you out there and all our employees. Once again, I'll say it again. Doug's over there. I'm looking at you, Kevin, on the track. That don't mean shit. All the way back to everything. So, otherwise, me and Doug would be talking about government events.
Right. Yeah, this would go a whole different way.
Yeah, and get knocked off by Facebook.
Exactly.
I haven't even said nothing bad and they're freezing me out. Remember that night? I was talking about that. Remember I started rapping on Facebook? Boom, we're off. Come back, started beating up Facebook. Boom, we're off. Didn't say another word the rest of the show and we were fine.
Right.
Big brother. You ever wonder? Hey, I gotta ask. You ever wonder? Now, I was having a phone conversation with Debbie about, you know, getting a car and all that stuff. Went to a couple dealerships, looked around. I bring up my Facebook. Boom, right there's an ad for cars.
For a car, yep.
I go to log out, go to the thing to log out. Boom, there's an ad for cars. How is that?
Now, I do know part of how that's done is through tracking. Your phone is tracking where you go. So they do know where you're at. So, but I was talking to somebody about something. We weren't even touching our phones and the ad came up.
It's kind of spooky. There's something for you to go to bed. Go,
Yeah.
You know.
Don't make any noise.
Yeah. Don't threaten nobody on your phone. Jeez, oh Pete's. You know.
You have a SWAT team there.
There'll be a trailer of the movie Halloween come out. Michael Myers for hire. Which brings me to the other. I still want to do the Halloween, October 31st. I want to do the trick or treat. We haven't touched a lot on that either because we got our hi Debbie. Debbie's shaking a dirty diaper at my face. And because I want to get through this Sunday. If you guys are all interested in doing the Halloween trick or treat at the track like we were discussing before, get a hold of me starting this week. Get a hold of me. If we got the interest there, I want to do it.
We could put a registration page up for it.
Well, then we'd have 2 people sign up. We'd have 2 people sign up and have 200 people in the pits October 31st.
Now, you want them to bring their cars or just themselves?
No. Listen, they don't have to bring their cars. They sit there on a pad or whatever in line, you know, social distanced,
Right.
and pass out candy. However,
Can't throw candy.
yeah, throw candy at them. But I just think it'd be a pretty cool thing. I don't know what Dwayne's got a few weeks yet before he can ruin that too. But and it's coming with the numbers going up. It's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already talked about Thanksgiving a few weeks ago. So, I mean, you guys get a hold of me this week. Let me know.
So this will be a day event?
Yeah, I prefer, an afternoon event. I don't want to get into the evening,
So the 31st is a Saturday.
Yes. And I'm thinking somewhere at the time of 1 o'clock, taking off with it to, 6 o'clock or whatever we go to. I can't read what he's saying.
Well, he wants to throw candy at you, 50 cents for every piece that he throws, so we could raise money. Actually, that would be great if you could do that during the cavalcade.
What happened to the dunk tank? I ain't doing it this weekend. Too cold. You guys missed a golden opportunity to have that dunk tank there. I needed to cool off too, didn't I, Doug?
Yes. You know what? Josh brings up a good point here. We used to have, we used to have an employee race, but I do remember we had a powder puff race once. He was just wondering if we're going to do that.
We used to,
or not, but
we used to have it all the time years ago.
Right.
And I believe I was talking to him, and yeah, I'd like to have a powder puff race next year. I really would.
There you go, Josh. Now you got something to do.
But he's got plenty to do. I've been watching his Facebook page too. You talk about gremlins eating your car. Every time he turns around, he thinks he has something fixed, and he's got another gremlin eating the flywheel or the starter. Holy crap! You need to hire some exorcist people to come in here and do an exorcism over that truck, man.
Well, there's some people interested in the powder puff race.
Well, I'm sure. That was a pretty popular event years ago, and so yeah, we'll look into that for 21, along with the bump and runs and the hot dog race.
Yeah, it's a $240 hot dog.
$240. I was ready to scarf hot dog race right there and black flag both of them. Say I won. Black flag, what? You're leaking. What am I leaking? I don't know. There's fluid coming out. Get off the track. So, what'd he say?
It's for sale. Hopefully it's gone tomorrow.
He got tired of it and said put it up for sale.
Yep.
He's had some issues. He's had some bad luck. He got a ways to go to catch up to AJ McCall and James McKay, though, this year. Trust me. Them boys can tell you all about bad luck.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I mean, you guys get a hold of me for the Halloween deal, trick or treat. I think it'd be pretty cool. Mark the gates, control. I'm a little nervous. 3 days before the election, I was working at it.
3 days, what?
Before the election.
Oh, yeah.
And you never know what's going to happen. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about them restricting. And I feel it's very important. Kids have been robbed out of some stuff in the last 6 months, because of this virus crap. But I feel it's very important to make sure these kids have churches. You there?
Yeah, say that again.
I said, I feel it's very important that we have a trick or treat. A lot of kids have been, they haven't been able to do the things that they normally do to be a kid. And I think it's very important. So if everybody wants to do it, let's do it.
So how many would you need in order to make it work?
I don't know. I haven't got that far in my thought process. I mean, you know,
there's one or two of you probably were not going to do it.
no, 1, 2 of it, but you know, 20, 30 people, 40 people, I don't care. You
And
know,
this is open
fans.
to the public.
Well, fans can come. Yeah, I mean, fans can come. Yeah,
So we're not advertising.
I'm sure we'll put it on Facebook.
But we're not going to call the
Maybe we'll
register.
have 5,000 people show up. Where's my candy? Gates are locked. Wally World's closed, people. Sorry. Sandusky World's closed.
Okay. So we're not going to the register or putting up billboards or anything like that. Okay.
Well, I figure if we put it to the register right now, it might get on by Christmas.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't. It's sore spot. Just to let everybody know, we wrote Doug wrote a letter, you know, because if I wrote it, it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't have got in the paper at all.
Yeah, it wouldn't have got in the paper. But on behalf of DJ Swearingen, who hopefully is coming on here pretty soon, it was a well put letter. When did we send it in? September 4th?
Yes, September 4th.
Yeah, and we had to call.
It came out today.
Yeah, we had to call we had to make a phone call yesterday to the register. Hey, so you know what do you say? Oh, it must got misplaced.
Must got misplaced.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden today, boom, there's like 2 of them up.
If you have a Halloween costume contest for the kids, track picks the winner. McCall's will put up $50 to the winner, or $50, which could be different.
$50.
Yes.
You know, I'm all for that. And you know, we had a couple drivers say something a couple weeks ago when I was talking about this, getting some baskets together and having like age group competitions, best overall costume. I'm all for this. I'm making a day of it. You know, doing something for the kids. This isn't about racing. This isn't about bringing the race cars out. You can if you want. It's more about the kids. A good time at Halloween.
Okay. Clarification: Andy McCall will put that up.
Andy McCall. AJ's jumping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy will put that up. I like how he did that. Dad'll do it. I pledge $50 a winner that Dad's gonna pay.
Right. All right. Let's bring DJ in. Hey there.
Hey guys.
Hey,
How are you?
doing, DJ?
Good. How are you?
So everybody, this is the guy that I've been talking about all year. DJ Swearingen. I'm the state representative for this area. I'm sure some people get sick of hearing me say your name, but that's okay. When they go to the booth, they'll remember, right?
Right.
Appreciate that, Chris. Thanks a lot.
DJ, you know, you stepped up. You're one of the few politicians that I know that'll take a phone call on a Saturday night or return a message and to an asshole like me, you know. I say, you know, one of them like I'm in grade school. Why is he allowed to do it? More not. You know, you thought you had a lot of crap going on down there in the state. I mean, with coronavirus, you know, the job situations in Ottawa County, things shutting down, and you still took the time out to listen to us, talk to us. You know, you talked to us religiously through this whole thing,
Sure.
and help fight down at the State House for racing in general, not just Sandusky Speedway. And you know, we appreciate that. We wanted to put a face to the name, and you know, tell us a little bit. You're going through. I'll just bring it up. I know you might not be able to, but some mudslinging, almost slander comments on the other side, which becoming a typical thing of a certain party that I'm still registered to. So, but I'm ashamed of. But tell us a little bit about what you're going through now, what your platform is, and
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. No, I thank you and Doug for all you do for our community, and the Speedway is a big part of that. And it's for me. You mentioned the phone calls and everything like that. And my philosophy is that the government works for the people it represents. So I always joke that I have 115,000 bosses that I report to, and right now I'm in the middle of a job interview that's going to conclude on November 3rd. And so I'll get to see if I get to stick around. But the taxpayers pay my salary and I punch the clock for them. So that's the way I look at it. And when COVID hit, it was scary at first because we really didn't know what the virus was. It was tough to get any information out of China at all. What was going on and how this thing started and what it could look like over here in the States. And then I feel like once we got our arms around it a little bit better, it became important that we got our society up and running again. So that was something that I was passionate about. And, obviously getting you guys back online was extremely important. And, to the rest of the racing community in the state the same way. I know you had a lot of legislators out there fighting to help you guys get open. In politics, unfortunately, the mudslinging seems to be a little bit of a part of it. But like anything else in life, you keep your head down, you keep working, and you control what you can control. And that's, our campaign. We're running a strong campaign, and I think we're going to get it done on November 3rd. So, it's a privilege to have your guys' support. And, I'm looking forward to, concluding your race season and getting it back up and going next year. So hopefully with more fans in the stands.
Yeah. And that's what we were just talking about before you come on. I mean, we don't anticipate, this theory, well, November 3rd, COVID's going to stop. It ain't stopped. It's not going anywhere. We anticipate right now going into the 2021 season. They're talking vaccines and everything sometime midsummer. So,
right.
As long as we can stay where we're at, we're good, for the time being. But, a little bit of history that we started talking is people don't, you're not giving yourself enough credit on our side, what you did for the racing community, not just us, because it trickle down effect.
Sure.
I'm sitting there messaging you, and the one time I believe you were in the lieutenant governor's office, and you say, hey, man, I have to ask, how many people are in the car when you're going around? You're kind of laughing. I'm going, one person, man, but you're sitting in a lieutenant governor's office. We text that one day, and, there's been messages and phone calls 8, 9 o'clock at night on different things. And what I don't think people understand, DJ, and why I support you 100%, and what Doug does too, is not many politicians do that. I mean, They shut it off at a certain time, and my staff will get it tomorrow, whatever. You haven't done that, and every other person I've talked to in the town, Steve Ernst, big supporter of yours. This is what we need. We don't need lip service. So everybody out there watching. And that's what I'm sorry. You got a right to vote for whoever you want to vote for. The competition's never once said hi to us or even flipped us off, for that matter, Doug. I mean, got have been all right. You went by and acknowledged that way. I said, oh, well, she must know me personally. But, it's very important that all our fans and all our racers and everybody who live in Ottawa, Erie County, in your district, understand that this is what you did for us, not counting the many other businesses in these counties. I mean, if you stood up for us like that, you're standing up. I'd hate to be your wife, to be honest. I can imagine she's ready to kill you.
She's a saint. That's why I probably got about 5 more minutes, because we're got to get the kids to bed.
Yeah, well,
but it was important that I jumped on here for sure. But to me, it stems from, I love this community, I really do. And my wife and I moved here after I graduated law school, and she wrapped up her graduate program. She's a counselor, and since we've been here, we've just seen such an upswing in our community, and there's a lot of community pride. And to help any business, and not only the businesses, but all the workers that work there, whether that's a bar and a restaurant or a hair salon or a gym or whatever was really struggling during COVID, it was important for our community that we came together and got that stuff done. So yeah, there were a few late nights there, and there still are some late nights, but it's we do it for the community. I mean, that's why we do it, and the people that live here, and try to make it a better place. And I've got 3 daughters, and I want to leave it better than I found it when it's their turn to step up and be the next generation. And I think that's the goal, really, for every American in our country, is leave it better than we found it for our kids and grandkids and everything like that. So, I'm happy to do my part as best I can.
Well, we really appreciate you, DJ. You know that anything you need, we're behind you, and
Sure.
The race fans, and I know the community of the racing, they thank you deeply. And like I say, I wanted to get your face on because I keep talking about you. Yeah, vote DJ, vote DJ.
You live in the area, right?
Yeah, Huron Township. Yep.
Okay. Yep, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Don't give his address out. Jeez, there might be some protesters.
No, that's all right.
Oh, he supported racing and they're polluting the community. Oh, protest.
Right.
So, DJ, thanks.
We welcome you out anytime.
I'll definitely be back. Thanks a lot, guys, for having me. This was a treat tonight. That's for sure.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, DJ.
Yeah. We'll see you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Great guy. That's all I can say. I mean, you've been on them 3-way calls a couple times where, you thought I was in the tower pissed off because the Renegade Series couldn't do the 4 wide right. The only night I really wanted them to do it right.
But I have to stick up for them because we just had so many people that from other tracks and things like that didn't, they weren't. I don't think they do that.
No, but DJ's wife's a counselor. Maybe
we get them all over there.
Maybe I should go see her a couple times. I don't know, but he's heard me at my worst, and not bitching at him. Bitching about situations that were going on. I mean, he's got to watch what he does. But I can tell you right now, there's some mudslinging going on last week that is just borderline slanderous, and he's taking it in stride. But it's a typical.
Just do your research on people because you'll find out. Like what's the one thing that he's involved or got involved?
Well, what it was is I'll put it out there. The guy that got nailed for the $65 million from Ohio Edison or whatever.
Oh yeah.
DJ wasn't even in office. He wasn't even appointed in when that happened, and she's throwing out involvement in this. He wasn't even around when that happened. It all went down. It just mudslinging, slanderous, in my opinion. And this is why I'm ashamed of. I'm not ashamed of the old school Democrat, Doug. I'm not. But there's far few between left. The progressive Democrat is if we can't really think we're going to win on what our stances are, we'll just throw mud and be slanderous. Make up lies. We get caught and we'll lie about that. It's like Joe Biden said it. Joe Biden said it to a construction worker, to be exact. And I don't work for you. Remember that, Ken?
Yeah.
Remember anything else? Because he sure ain't going to remember anything. If you don't remember anything else, remember that comment. when he told a tax-paying citizen, middle-class worker, I don't work for you. You heard what DJ just said. He works for $150,000. The
Right.
tax.
Yep.
Just remember where you're, I don't care who you vote for. You got a right to vote for whoever the hell you want. And I'm not going to call you stupid or anything else because you're voting one way or the other. Doug get it right. Do your research. This guy's track record, DJ's track record, is pretty damn good. I can tell you his track record on returning messages, calls, coming on little old Sandusky Speedway, Cedar Point, Kalahari, Great Wolf, any other business out there in the house. And he comes on our Facebook Live, he answers our calls, and he fought for us. So just remember that if you live in your county, that man there is on our side. We're still fighting for commitment. Somebody on the committee to represent motorsports in the state of Ohio, which Governor DeWine refused to put somebody on the committee down there to represent us.
Right.
And he's got some other things going on with, the impeachment coming up, all that stuff, and different stuff come up. I don't know. I seen somebody put up today or last night, they're going to start trying to impeach Nancy Pelosi off Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, put that to an American public vote. Woo! That'd be a landslide, huh?
Yeah.
But regardless, you vote for whoever you want to vote for. That's your business. That's your right. That's what our veterans fought for, died for, come back injured, and all kinds of things for. That's what our military's fighting for now. That's your right. But if you're an Erie and Ottawa County, you need, when you go in there and vote, you need to remember who fought for racing. You need to remember who fought for the businesses. He did this for our business. How many other businesses he done this for? That's what you got to remember. Not somebody coming up on here and telling you what they're going to do. It's what. So that's that.
That's that.
I'd like to go on, but I feel I should just shut up on that.
70th season of Sandusky Speedway will come to a close Sunday late afternoon.
Yeah, hopefully before 6 o'clock.
Right.
So, hey, listen, it's going to be a beautiful day.
Is it?
Sunday. It's supposed to be.
Okay.
Has the weatherman ever lied to us?
Not at all.
You'd think they were politicians.
Well, it's going to be nice if you like this. It's not going to be so nice if you like it like this. So, yeah.
CNN weatherman. Well, for you Democrats, it's going to be great out, and you Republicans, you stay in your cave. And then you get Fox News saying the opposite. You Republicans, it's great. You Democrats, stay in your cave. Whatever. I'll be glad when it's over.
Me too.
So, that's that.
That is that. Happy birthday to Matt Jedley.
Oh, it is?
That'll
be Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday. Should we douse him?
Huh?
A water bucket challenge for his birthday.
There you
Bring
go.
him out on the front stretch. Have Ronnie standing up there with the 5-gallon bucket of ice water.
I did that once. Ugh.
All right.
All right.
Ed Tenney. Don't get all feelings hurt, Ron, because I had enough of that already this week in the Corey Friday and feelings. Everybody's got feelings, but because I love you to death, Ronnie, but it'll be great to work with that Sunday. Hopefully it isn't our last time, but it's coming down to where we're both getting ready to end this someday.
Right. Yeah.
It'll be their flag in the CRS Truck Series. So look forward to that, Ed. Other than that,
that's all right.
Nighty night. Say a prayer for Bev, please. She needs them. Other than that, God bless America and God bless all of you. Have a good night.